What's up guys, Tommy Bennett here, and today I'm gonna give you guys a guide on how to create freestyle outside of the park. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and at the end of the video, if I miss anything, make sure you comment below and let me know. If you guys got any other crazy ideas on videos I should do, also pop them in the comments below. All right guys, let's get it. Guys, so when it comes to side hits, the first thing that we got to do is we got to be able to look around and identify exactly what we're going to hit. So down below there's a chairlift pole, and I see that the natural flow of direction is going from the left side of the run to the right. So as I'm looking and scoping out this feature, there's a few things I got to determine. How much speed do I need? What does the landing look like? How do I take the speed and land where I need to land? But I also got to make sure that I'm in the right body position. So as I'm going into this feature, I'm making sure that my shoulders, hips, and board are all pointed in the same direction. Now, I know what body position I need to be in, but I also got to ask myself, what trick am I going to do? For now, I'm just going to pop and try doing a grab and just creating some air, like try to have a boosty time. So that's first. So those are the few things that we talked about is speed, body position, landing, and what trick are we doing? So that's the first thing. Determine what you're doing before you ever just go send it so that you can put yourself in the right body position. So for this example, I'm going to boost it and it's going to be a good time. Another question you may be asking is, when do I ollie versus when do I pop? Now, within this video, I'm gonna be doing a combination of both. Sometimes I'm gonna pop, sometimes I'm gonna ollie. A lot of the times where you have an abrupt up tranny or kind of like a jump, then I wanna extend both of my feet at the same time and do a pop move. Now let's say there's like a nice roller, but there's not an aggressive up tranny. There's not something that's helping me lift up into the air. I may need to ollie. On an ollie, essentially you take your front foot, you're gonna retract that, you're gonna build pressure on the back of your foot, and then you're gonna release that pressure. As you release that pressure, essentially, you're using your board to jump in the air. Pretty dope. So we may use a combination of both. All right, so let's get it. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about when it comes to doing mountain freestyle is being able to handle your landings. And I get this question all the time, so make sure you listen up on this one. So when it comes to landing, what I like to do and what I coach my athletes to do is be in a stacked and optimal position. Essentially what you're gonna do is as you're landing, you want your shoulders, your hips, and your knees to be all stacked on top of each other. As I land, I'm able to use my whole entire body and absorb equally. Notice how I'm able to distribute the weight between both of my feet. If my belly button gets too far behind my binding or even over the end of my snowboard, it's really hard to come back to this position because I can only do so much with this foot. So ideally, you're able to land on both feet at the same time, nice and strong and super powerful. That's a big deal. The last thing I want to add about that is you want to make sure your shoulders and your hips are parallel to the terrain. Now, if I hit a side hit and then the landing is about 30 degrees, well, I want to make sure my shoulders and hips are at that same 30-degree angle, which allows me to be able to get weight distributed evenly between both feet. Does that make sense? All right, sick. All right, guys, we're gonna go find some more side hits. All right guys, so you may end up finding some really fun side hits as you enter the trees and then you jump out. Totally acceptable, totally cool. And I do suggest that you guys are looking around. So as you exit the run, which means you're going into the trees, and you enter back on, technically you have to yield to any traffic that's already on the run because you're entering. So make sure as you're jumping into the run that you're knowing where people are and you're not cutting anybody off, because I don't want you to get in trouble. More importantly, I don't want you to get hurt. So we're gonna do a side hit, and I'm gonna make sure that I am timing it. I'm deciding exactly what I wanna do and what features. If you're looking for more of a how to hit jump specifically, make sure you check out that up there, and I have a full-on video how I break it down, super sick, but this is dedicated to side jumps, so I don't wanna get into super nerdy when it comes to actually jumping, so watch that video. We're gonna go side hit. You ready, my dude?
Yeah, dude. Send it.
So one thing that you guys are gonna encounter is that sometimes when you're hitting side hits, you're not exactly sure what's underneath. So what I definitely suggest that you do is as you're in the air, you're bringing your knees up. So as you're in the air, your knees are retracted and you're in a stable and compact position. But the sickest part is you're able to put your feet down and then determine exactly when you're gonna make contact with the snow. Essentially, you're extending your knees so that you are pushing out your landing gear, essentially. Now, you're gonna notice some of those videos or some of those tricks that I just did, the landing was crazy. So as I push my feet out, I do wanna make sure that my lead shoulder, hip, and board are all pointed in the same direction. That allows me to have the most ability to absorb the terrain. I'm gonna have to let my knees extend and absorb extremely fast, or else I'm gonna get body. All right, guys, let's go find some more crazy stuff. So it's actually pretty cool because you can take the tricks that you're super comfortable with in the park and bring them out into the real world, out into the rest of the mountain. So if you already have frontside 180s or backside 180s or 360s, then what you want to do is you want to go find some features that are going to make it way easier for you to do those tricks. So find something that has a good landing, find something that has a really nice takeoff, and try those tricks out in the real world, or out in the mountain, as I say, or the real world, whatever you want to call it. So that's pretty sick too, but you also could do it in the reverse. What if I spent some time doing some backside 180s and then I took it to backside 360, and I can take all those skills I developed out here and I can actually bring them into the park. So they are working and helping each other out. Park riding versus freestyle mountain riding, they do go hand in hand. So pretty awesome. These videos are way more fun when I have somebody else helping me out. Now I got Johnathan Buckhouse here, who's a pretty awesome snowboarder. Let's find out what kind of tips Johnathan has for us today.
All right, guys, so a lot of jumps have been hit by a bunch of other people. That's how they form. Now, certain ones are better for front side spins and certain ones are better for backside spins. So it's your job to know, is it gonna be easier to throw a backside 360 or backside 180 or just a straight air on this? Or is it gonna be easier to throw like a front side spin? You gotta be able to determine that, because what you could do is just wreck yourself by trying to throw the wrong direction on a certain jump.
That's definitely a valid point. So making sure you're going with the flow of the trick versus going against the grain. Dude, I love it. Guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was super fun to make, and I'm stoked to make that video because a lot of you guys have been asking me to make that video. So let me know in the comments down below if I've missed anything. Also, I have some really cool Killing It stickers for sale if you guys want to support the channel. And big thumbs up and big thank you to Big Ol.
Hey!
His name's Johnathan Buckhouse. That was not scripted. So make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel. He posts a vlog every single day, 365 days a year, and
he is in the videos often, at least every Tuesday.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool because I'm able to do a guest appearance and just go ride and rip, and then he gets to like do all the editing, which is kind of dope, so kind of sick. It's kind of my little troll. But yeah, so I'm in those videos every week, so if you guys are interested in seeing additional content that you probably have not seen yet, that stuff is going to be in his videos. Like I said, he posts every single day. So Thank you so much. Make sure you guys go. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and then go visit his channel as well. All right, guys. Like always, we out.
Let's go. Too bad this isn't everywhere.